I failed you, son. Forgive me. Forgive me. I will let you down no longer. Forgive me. Forgive me.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Make me to walk in the path of thy commandments.
Coward! You betrayed your family!
Le fur le cloich gion mi mehucha. Gabo je am prish gabe mi rish. You're too late! You will not get him! Save my son.
Dearest David, it was with great joy that I received your last letter. Know that you are missed terribly here in India. If my calculations are correct and the International Postal Service is kind, this letter will keep you company as you make the final leg of your journey to Scotland. I hesitate to say anything for fear you'll think me foolish, even hysterical. Your father made it his life's work to research his family's twisted history. This and his obsession with the occult combined to unravel his poor mind. John loved his family and his family home, but he hated and mistrusted them in equal measure. Son, beware of the Gordons. Blood is not always thicker than water. Your loving mother.
This countryside couldn't be more different to India.
Good sir, how much longer until we reach the castle?
Almost there, sir.
Just like 2 hours ago. The estate really does lie off the beaten track. A note about a library, a key, and some sort of broken toy. Should I even try to read any real meaning into all of this? A note about a library, a key, and some sort of broken toy. Should I even try to read any real meaning into all of this?
We have arrived, sir.
Welcome, Mr. Gordon. I'm Andrew Harrison.
Mr. Harrison, it's good to finally meet you. From our correspondence, I expected you to be older.
Thank you. I'll lead the way. It's quite dark already. We can continue to talk inside.
He's arrived, my lady.
David, welcome to Skahandu House.
Lady Margaret, how kind of you to welcome me in person at such a late hour.
An impressive building. Skahandu, though. Unusual. What is its meaning?
Unusual only if you have not bothered to study Gaelic. It means Black Mirror House. Many generations of the Gordon family have been master of this house. It is a great responsibility. Perhaps the greatest a man could bear.
If I may, I would like to know more about my father's last days.
It is too late in the day for such morbid talk. You do look so very much like John, though. Angus, please show Master David to his room.
Yes, ma'am.
I trust you had a pleasant journey. This place is rather remote, even for Scotland.
It was most pleasing, thank you. I was fortunate enough to stop off in several fascinating places on my way here. How long have you been practicing law?
I came to the bar a few years ago. I'm at Chambers in Edinburgh with lawyers who have served the Gordon family for generations. I'm embarrassed to ask, but it is my job. Have you proof of who you say you are? You are David Gordon, son of the late John Gordon.
Please, I quite understand. Here you are.
What a curious object.
Isn't it? It belonged to my father. He posted it to me shortly before his death. I'm not at all sure what it is.
Perhaps it's something else returning home where it belongs, like its new owner. Have a good night, Master David. I shall continue my studies.
Please follow me, Master David. Your grandfather, his lordship Edward Gordon.
Magnificent.
That is the master's study, sir, but there'll be plenty of time to examine it in the light tomorrow.
I suppose it's hard to keep things dry, what with all the rain you get here.
Most amusing, Master David. We do our best, sir. None of us are as young as we used to be.
It does that sometimes.
sir. Lady Gordon expects you for breakfast at 8, sir.
Thank you. Lady Gordon called you Angus? Pleased to meet you, Angus.
Yes, sir. She did. I am Mr. McKinnon.
Mr. McKinnon. Yes.
I'd advise you not to leave the room tonight. Ticking clocks are not the worst thing you may encounter in the house at night, if you don't know your way around. Sleep well, sir.
Maybe he's more of a morning person. I doubt this place could ever be properly warm. I got somewhat turned around following Angus through the house. Sorry, Mr. McKinnon, but I think my room is probably around here somewhere. Glad I don't have to carry you around anymore. Mr. McKinnon lifted you up with ease. Not many matches left. I should get a new passport. This one's filling up. Without some obscure local law that required me being here in person, I would probably never have come. A pigeon amongst the cats.
Sorry to inform you of death of John Gordon. Stop. Please return to Skahundu House. Stop. Andrew Harrison, lawyer. Stop.
I can barely see my hand in front of me. Everything I ever owned could fit in there, 5 times over. I'm going to need a light to find my way about out there. My faithful friend Insomnia. I wonder if Andrew has left the library yet. My faithful friend. This handsome, cheery, sober man. He's not the one I remember from my childhood. I'm going to need... pieces of some kind of drawing. How odd. The candle is nearly gone, but it should do for a while once lit. Ah, just what I need. More pieces of the same drawing. Maybe I can make out what it shows if I had enough of them. We meet again, old foe. A dumbwaiter. Big enough to fit your own weight in food into.
No, this isn't right. There should be a room here. No, this isn't what I need either. Where is it? Eavesdropping, Mr. Gordon? That's hardly proper.
Ghosts, legends, ancient history. Where's the rest of them? The Castle of Otranto.
The gentle maid. Say, gracious lady.
Despair by a...
Ghastly shade. Thus the live. But beyond.
The words of a troubled soul. Is this what Father meant by a family of snakes?
Wouldn't it be more comfortable working here?
That's Lady Gordon's private desk. It would be improper for me to use it.
Barging into someone's bedroom in the middle of the night is... Somebody still cares. Grandfather Edward. Father never spoke of you, but Mother never had a kind word to say.
You were the worst of the lot, she said.
Shame. Attics often speak volumes about the owners of a house.
If you don't mind, I have a system and don't want to mix things up. Lady Gordon is very keen on confidentiality.
Of course.
Hiding something, are we?
That looks daunting.
Daunting, but rewarding and fascinating.
Fascinating.
Yes, indeed. The history of the Gordon family goes back a long way.
So it's true we are one of the oldest families in Scotland.
Oh, much more than that. The Gordons have owned this land back into antiquity, before records were even kept. Add to that some unique and unusual local laws. Well, it can be a challenge, but a welcome one.
I noticed that the door to the master's study is locked. Might I get a key for it?
Of course. I will see to it that you are supplied with one, if there is one available. No door should be locked to the soon-to-be owner, after all.
Did you know my father?
I was called to the house shortly after your father arrived.
Why did that need a lawyer?
Those complex local laws I spoke of were to blame. Your father left when Edward died, so none of the required legal formalities to transfer the house were observed.
Does that mean...
Not at all. There will be no issue with transferring the estate to your name, if that is what you wish.
Have you had a chance to examine my papers?
I have, and am delighted to say that everything is in order. I would not be doing my job if I didn't warn you that with Edward dead and your father absent, the family fortune has somewhat diminished over the years. However, the real treasure is the castle and the grounds themselves. I haven't spent as much time as I'd like here, but it is a unique place. Well, it's been a long day. I bid you good night.
I'll get myself something to read and then head to bed too. Good night. You are?
I'm the one who keeps the house from being covered in weeds. Name's Rory.
Pleased to meet you. I'm David Gordon.
Aye. I kenned you were coming today.
Why are you sitting in the dark?
There's enough light for me, laddie.
Oh, your eyes. I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
I see more than most do, son.
How long have you worked for the Gordons?
Always been a gardener, and I do some fishing. The loch's a bonny place. Calms the nerves.
Did you know my father?
I did, aye. Shameful what they did to him.
What do you mean? Who is they? I'll leave you to your supper then.
Being a Gordon can be a curse, laddie. Your father kenned the hard way. Mind you dinna follow in his footsteps.
Blood. Not human, I presume. Better safe than sorry. This might come in handy. The cellar can wait till tomorrow. Oh, locked. Oh, locked. That was louder than I thought. That's not the right... This might take a while. I need to be steady and try to... Oh, well, there you go. Father knew how to open the cabinet. This will help. Father knew how to open the cabinet. This will help.
Dear Lady Gordon, I write to you with the utmost urgency. I am seeking information about my patient, your son, John Gordon. During our conversations, he makes allusions to his relationship with his father, but will not expand when pressed. You have failed to respond to my previous request, so I'm writing again to insist in the strongest terms possible that you furnish me with the required answers. Your son's recovery depends on it. Yours faithfully, Dr. Leah Farber, Bethlehem Hospital, London.
What secrets about my father is Lady Margaret concealing? Oh, locked. That's not the right... In an old house like this one, sooner or later, no draw.
That's not the right... Let's see what Father didn't even want his own family to find. Now what are you for? Here we go. This side is done as far as I can tell. But there must be more. What an intricate piece of furniture.
That sounded like some part of the desk moved.
Yes, that's two open. Something's not right. Something's not right. Something's not right. Something's not right. Ah, we're getting somewhere.
A key and a note from Father.
Someone is tampering with my work. I know it. I know it. I hear them as they whisper and snicker. They sneak in when I sleep. This place isn't safe. I have locked my work away in the study. I am leaving now. I will put an end to this terrible torment one way or another. David, if you find this, then I am dead. The forces abroad here have got to me. I am sorry you have been drawn into this tragedy. The answers you seek are amongst the papers in the Master's study. Use them. Stay safe. I love you, son.
My God, what happened here? What did they do to my father?
Is this the key Father spoke of?
I've never seen a key like this before. It feels like Father wanted me to keep it a secret.
Oh, hi there. You startled me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
Hey, wait!
Where did he go?
The lock is too heavy, too old for this to...
Open sesame.
Someone's been searching here. Either they didn't have time to clean up, or simply did not care. If Father hid the key for me to find, then this means nobody has been able to enter this room since his death. Myths and legends of the High... This looks interesting. Screwed down tight. Someone didn't want it moved.
This castle certainly has its secrets.
It looks very precise, accurate. A lot... There's a bit missing.
Stop your whining! Stop your whining!
Wait! The boy! Did you see him? Where did he go?
What did I tell you about disturbing me in my study?
Are you all right, sir?
What happened? What happened, David?
The boy. There was blood, and he pushed him down.
Who? Who do you think you saw?
Him.
What did you just say, sir?
It's all right.
You're like your father. You can see them too, can't you?
My father. What did he think he saw?
It ain't my place to say, sir. But
Go on.
begging your pardon, sir, you should go. This place, it drove your father mad.
Drove him? Did he say what or whom he saw?
I'm sure I don't know, sir.
Best not push her too hard. She's scared enough of me already.
I've been babbling in my sleep since I was a child. It's nothing to worry about.
Poor girl is scared out of her wits.
Of course, sir. Sorry, sir.
Sorry, I didn't get your name.
It's Ailsa, sir. Ailsa Crannan. Oh, and Master Andrew asks if you would join him in the library. After breakfast, of course.
Thank you, Miss Crannan. Get a hold of yourself, David.
Were these apparitions what drove my father from the... Castle when he was young? Were they what drew him back? He must have found something in the family chronicles he spoke of. I don't remember ever seeing that boy. nobody else saw the boy or the old man who looked like my grandfather Edward. But it felt real. Elsa knows more than she wants to tell me.
Aye, and once you're done in the kitchen, go and clean up the cellar. The spiders have made a nest down there. A big one, too. They're crawling everywhere. Master David, nice of you to grace us with your presence.
Anything I can do to brighten up your morning, Angus?
I've had the staff prepare some of the finest Scottish delicacies for you. Black pudding, haggis, scrambled eggs with deer brain, and bacon.
Mother was never a fan of dishes made from entrails. In this case, she'd be missing out.
I shot the deer myself, in the local woods.
That was delicious. Thank you.
I'm sure our local specialities must seem peculiar to one raised as you were.
I was raised in India. My spectrum of peculiar has quite a range. Who would tear up photographs, given the painstaking process surrounding their creation?
Yes, Master David?
You've worked for the family all your life?
Yes, Master David. Saved my time serving in Swaziland.
You served in South Africa?
Oh, indeed, sir. During the Boer War. But Sir Edward intervened and I was able to return unharmed from that most futile conflict.
May I ask, the maid, she seems nervous, almost afraid of me.
She's afraid of everything.
You don't think much of her?
I do not, sir. And, if I may be so bold, one of Lady Gordon's earrings has gone missing.
You suspect the maid?
Not my place to say, Master David.
Yet I think you just did say. How many staff are there?
Nowadays, only myself, the maid, and Rory the gardener. I suppose you could include the lawyer, too, if that is work.
Not many for such a big house.
If you felt like hiring more staff, I would not complain, sir. But of course, not everyone is suited to work in this house.
Well, good day to you.
Indeed, sir.
Smoking a pipe? I thought that would be beneath her station.
Lady Margaret.
David?
May I first apologize for my strange behavior last night? It's just that...
Think nothing of it. You are obviously tired from your travels. Least said, soonest mended.
I don't want to give her another reason to think me mad.
This may seem like an unusual question.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't, dear boy.
Have I ever been here before? Is it possible I visited as a child and can no longer remember?
Oh, no. You are a stranger to these walls.
And I have a feeling you prefer it stayed that way.
What kind of man was my grandfather?
Oh, he was magnificent. He was handsome, so handsome, and caring.
Caring enough to knock a defenseless child down the stairs.
All was so very different when he was around.
The maid. She seemed to be acting strangely, like she was frightened of me.
Yes, well, she's a simple sort, that one. She has probably heard of the curse of the Gordons the locals like to whisper about.
Curse? What curse?
Just a peasant superstition. I would guess she was worried you'd show the same displays of unpredictable violence as your father did.
I never knew my father to be the violent type.
Oh, there are many things you do not know about your father. This is his doing.
What? But how?
I'd rather not discuss it, David. And that maid should really keep her mouth shut and locate the earring she lost. She's like a magpie with shiny, expensive things.
I shall take my leave, Lady Margaret.
Yes. Oh, and David, the master of the house needs to respect the privacy of those under his roof. Even your father understood that. Sometimes a cabinet is locked for a reason.
A cabinet? I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. I don't know anything about it.
I see. Never mind, then.
Margaret's lost earring. Not stolen after all. Contrary to everything I've learned so far about Grandfather Edward, Lady Margaret still worships him. Miss Crannan? Isn't that used for transporting cooked food? Why is there blood in it?
Ugh, the wee scunner thought it would be funny to put one of his dead beasties in it to fear me. He should keep them in the cellar and... Sorry, sir. I'm speaking out of turn.
Did you ever talk to my father?
I was serving here when he... That is to say,
Go on, please.
I didn't think it'd be proper, sir. Lady Margaret said... Oh, sorry, sir. I must get on with my work.
She's as scared of Margaret as she is of the butler. Poor girl. You said my father saw things.
I don't want...
I noticed the attic door is locked.
You'd best ask Angus, sir. I hardly go up there.
The mere mention of the attic terrified her. What is in there? I think you may have lost this.
Oh, sir! Oh, thank you, sir. I only wanted to see how it looked in the mirror. I didn't mean to. I was scared to tell her ladyship. Oh, she can have such a temper.
What are you going to do now?
If I can sneak it into the salon, maybe her ladyship will think she lost it there herself.
From what I know about her, I very much doubt her ladyship will. What happened to my father here?
I'm sorry, sir. You're no like the rest of them here. Oh, sir, there's things you should know, but I really need this job.
She knows something, but how can I convince her to trust me? Would you like me to escort you to the cellar?
Wouldn't be proper to ask the owner of the house to do that, sir.
Well, I'm not the owner yet, and you didn't ask.
Very kind of you, sir.
Happy to help. I'll let you know when I'm ready to accompany you down there. I shall leave you to your work. Shall we? Let's see what we can find down here. Harsh as it may seem, a proper serving of fire is the only way to get rid of such a widespread infestation. This is as close as I get. Otherwise, I'll have them crawling all over me. I have to find a way to eliminate them altogether. Raw spirit. Not particularly palatable, but good for cleaning and magic tricks. The water of life. Some of these whiskies are from local distilleries. Step right up.
Sir? What are you... Oh my! Oh, that's amazing! Does that not hurt?
No, a little trick I learned in India.
Sorry, did that scare you, Elsa? I didn't think... Huh.
And you are?
Edward Mallory. You may call me Edward III.
So this is Cousin Eddie. He seems...
Welcome to my castle.
as terrible as the rest of them. My castle indeed. Pleased to meet you, Eddie. So, your parents would be my aunt and uncle Clara and Victor. Are they...
Dead? Dead as doornails, the pair of them.
Lovely. You've lived here all your life, so you would have met my father.
Only after he lost what marbles he had left. If it were up to me, I'd have locked him up in the loony bin a bit sooner.
Locked him up?
So what are you doing down here anyway?
There's a line between honesty and rudeness that Cousin Eddie doesn't seem to recognize. I was helping Miss Crannan.
Oh, why didn't you ask me?
Excuse me, sir. Sirs, I really have to go.
Leaving so soon? Was it something I said? They all tend to act like that in the presence of nobility.
You said something about a loony bin?
I did. Oh, you don't know.
Well?
Well, never you mind. I have an animal to prepare.
I'm getting very tired of everyone in this house avoiding my questions.
There's something you should know, sir. Something important. I overheard them talking, and
You're paid to work, not chat. Get to it, girl.
Sorry, Mr. McKinnon. Library, after dinner.
At last. I might get some answers. This'll make it easier to carry. The boy. It must be. But I need to be sure. Perhaps the names are on the bag. My family. Yet they're all still strangers to me. The boy. How did he provoke Edward into throwing him down the stairs? Lady Margaret. She looks happy. I can't imagine her smiling like that these days. Grandfather Edward. Just as he looked last night. What's this? Looks like it's drawn in blood? Regardless of what I told Miss Cranon, these visions are like nothing I've ever experienced before, and they're getting worse. Lady Margaret?
Yes, David?
I saw an old photograph of a boy in the other room. Something tells me she wouldn't be happy if she knew I had it in my pocket.
Ah, that was taken in 1894. Young Johnny, your father.
You can remember the exact year?
It's a funny thing when you reach my age. You can remember dates from decades ago.
But not what you had for breakfast.
Maybe others can't.
Who, may I ask, were the others in the picture?
That would be your Aunt Clara and your late great-grandmother, the last true Countess of Scahandew House. And my dear Edward, of course.
I noticed my father had a scar on his face. How did that happen?
Falling from a tree, perhaps? I can't recall. But your father was a clumsy child.
Can't recall. But you remember the date the photograph was taken?
I shall take my leave, Lady Margaret.
Yes.
This Dr. Farber might be useful. Perhaps she could shed some light on Father's final weeks. I should contact her. It's labeled Mallory.
David, apologies for not being here to greet you. As the telephone in the castle is not working due to the recent storm, I have had to journey to the village to communicate with my office. Upon my return, I shall show you to the chapel where you can pay your respects to your father. Yours, Andrew Harrison.
Or maybe I'll just head to the chapel myself, just as soon as the weather clears. It's labeled Mallory. It's working. Has it been repaired? Or did Andrew lie to me? Finally, some fresh air.
Master David.
You could tell it was me.
Your footsteps. I ken the walk of everyone here.
Well, that's rather incredible.
Aye, that it is, laddie. That it is. I hear better than most. See more than most to know.
Father had a similar toolbox. Back when he still fixed things around the house. When you talked about what they did to my father, what did you mean?
You shouldn't have come back. You canna go through what he did as a bairn and no be sick.
So his hospitalization was justified then?
Not for me to say. Before you think of putting down roots here, you should think on what the poison grown here did to your father. You ken?
No. Not really.
If you dinna mind, this door will no mend itself.
I'll leave you to it then. Probably didn't look much better before the storm. Locked with a padlock. Andrew will have a key, but I'm not keen on waiting for his return. I've seen this before. In the painting. This is the grave I saw in that waking dream or whatever it was. The grave my father buried something in as a boy. Who's buried here? If I could just... these vines are too thick. I need something to cut through these. Nobody left to mourn the dead, or care. Rory's tools. A hammer. You wouldn't have to have a chapel key, would you?
Ain't set a foot in there for years, and I don't intend to either.
That'll be a no then. The graveyard. Is it a family plot?
Aye. No matter how high and mighty, all the Gordons end up there.
A cheery thought. It's a shame we don't have the means to properly care for the graves.
Why bother? His bones and food for worms.
May I borrow your bolt cutter?
Maybe. If I ken what you need it for.
I need to get into the chapel.
Then maybe you should get yourself a key, rather than destroying her ladyship's property. Maybe.
The graves. I would like to tidy them up. That way I can pay my respects properly.
Is that a fact? Why's that then?
They are my family. They deserve to be remembered. letter. Cecilia Shaw Nee Gordon. Aunt Cecilia. Now, let's see if there's something really buried in here. Another piece of the castle model. Another part of the model, and it's stained with what seems to be old blood. Why did Father bury this when he was a child? Father, I hope you found your peace. Were you sick, like they say you were? Or the victim of this curse? This curse of the Gordons? Whatever it is, I think you may have passed it on to me. The place is crumbling. Not the safest spot to pray. Being the chronicle of the family Gordon, as laid down by Sir Drummond Gordon, the year of our Lord, 1413.
Local legend speaks of this particular glen as being inhabited from time immemorial. Enigmatic, elaborately carved Pictish stones stand as timeless evidence of this. As for the locals, they appear prideful of the counsel they delight in giving to visitors. Traveler, beware. The Celtic peoples arrived in this place like a great beast, bringing with them the bloodlines that would eventually spawn the Gordon clan. Using their superior numbers, knowledge, and machines of war, they swiftly conquered the primeval Picts. With them, they brought too their religion and druid clerics. The magics these wise men used did shape forever the lands, even until this present day. It is said that the sempiternal burden our family carries rose at that time. 'Tis well recorded how the Empire of Rome did fail to tame the wayward Scots, that they did even raise a barrier to protect their mighty empire. What is seldom told is the truth behind their defeat. Our ancestors drew upon ancient powers to aid their victory, powers not easily fathomed by the fragile human mind. This aid did come at the greatest of costs, a debt as yet unsettled, a price we will continue to pay until the last Gordon passes to dust. O'er the centuries, we Gordons made the land our own. Others did bow to us as we kept the secrets of Scahan Dubh, the secrets of the Black Mirror. Even as tragedy and madness did fester in our foundations, we held fast and steered the land through vile English attack and worse. In time, the Gordons and the land became one.
Some pages have been ripped out. The only thing left seems to be some kind of family oath.
In blood we are bound to the land we protect. To the truths we alone may conceal. I shall forfeit my life. Lest my clan should suffer, I shall forfeit my spirit to hold the darkness at bay. In blood we are bound till the day of the reckoning.
Wait a minute. Where's the call coming from? Is this what madness feels like? It can't be real. All this looks like the bottom of a lake. What are you trying to show me? There's a fresh wound across her stomach. The figure up there must be Edward. A note. I'm taking my baby with me to save it from this rotten family.
Find my child!
Are you all right?
Did you see her? She drowned.
Calm down, you are in shock. What were you doing clambering about in here?
If I told you, you'd think me mad.
Odd. That is just what your father said to me.
What? Who are you?
My name is Dr. Leah Faber. I treated your father at the asylum.
The asylum?
Let's get you back to the castle and make sure you are all right.
What did you come here for?
I'm not sure your father's story is finished yet, and there are some things I still need to make my peace with.
What's this about an asylum?
As I said, your father was admitted.
Why? Who did that to him?
I did. But unfortunately, he managed to escape.
What? Hold on a minute. How dare you come in here and...
Told you? Your father was a madman. A complete and utter madman. Don't mind me. Please continue.
Well, what right did you have to lock my father up in a madhouse?
I was his doctor. I understand you are in shock, but you have no right to speak to me in such a way. I was trying to help him.
He's dead. Capital job.
Now, hold on just a minute.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, no! No!
Eddie, it'll be all right. Pull yourself together.
I suggest nobody else goes down there. We should keep the room intact until the police can get here.
I shall alert them first thing in the morning. What an unfortunate accident.
An accident? You think so? Just after the madman's son turned up at our door?
And yet you were the one standing over her body with blood on your hands.
How dare you! I was too late! I was trying to help her, she...
There, my sweet boy. Let's get you to bed. Angus, would you?
Of course, ma'am.
I think we will all benefit from a good night's sleep.
I know you may have no reason to, but I need you to trust me. I'm the only one on your side when it comes to your father's death.
Lady Margaret certainly isn't. But if I told you what I saw in the chapel, you'd have me in a padded cell, just like my father.
Why did you come here? To make sure my father was successfully in the ground?
With all due respect, Mr. Gordon, I will not allow you to speak to me or about my work in such a tone. I tried everything I could to aid your father. Your father was heavily drugged when he was brought to me, to prevent any further violent outbursts, or so Lady Margaret had said. But something felt wrong, even then.
So, what was my father like when you locked him up?
I didn't just lock him up. I tried to help him. He was convinced he was carrying some ancient curse, that he was being haunted by evil. I wish I had reached him, had been able to reach him.
Maybe if I threw you a bone, you'd get off my back.
Father was obsessed with the history of the family for as long as I can remember.
Did your father actually believe his family was out to get him?
Who knows? I think what scared him was beyond the physical. He used to babble about a dark force threatening him and our family.
Was that why he moved you to India? To get as far away as possible?
I believe so.
And yet, here you are, in the very place he sought to protect you from.
Who knows? Maybe there is an ancient evil in this place. An evil that drags us back no matter how far away we get. Even from the other side of the world.
And what do you think? Was your father right? Are there things beyond the physical?
Where is she looking?
He was a disturbed man. He saw things that weren't there.
Things like a drowning woman floating in thin air.
If you really want to help me, then let us find out what the maid knew. She was hiding something, but was too scared of Angus and Margaret to tell me.
You think whatever she wanted to confide might be connected to her death?
Maybe.
Whatever I saw in the chapel, it has to be real. It has to be. A woman must have drowned herself in the loch. Because if it's all in my mind, like father, like son.
We need to examine the maid's body in the cellar.
To find out who killed her?
To be sure she was murdered before we start pointing fingers. We need to examine... to be sure... We need to examine
To find out who
to be sure she was murdered.
I guess we'll have the key. Unless we can find another way in.
We need to be sure she.
I guess we'll have the key.
We need
To find out.
to be sure.
Rory's not one for clean. I think I might have an idea how to get into the cellar, but I'm not sure you'll like it.
If it involves this filthy dumbwaiter, don't even think about it.
True, that wouldn't be very ladylike.
You might want to consider what I do for a living before trying to taunt me this cheaply.
You said you'd help me, so help me.
On my terms.
I can't fit in there, and I see no other way into the cellar.
You're asking me to put a lot of trust in you, given the circumstances.
I'm not crazy like my father, if that's what you think.
I don't think anything yet, because I don't know you.
You can trust me, and I will do my very best to learn to trust you.
All right then. Clothes can be washed. Lovely. Pull me back up! I need something to open the doors from the inside once I'm down there.
This should do it.
Going down?
Good.
See you in a...
Dr. Farber. Is everything all right? Leah!
Oh, if anything's happened to her.
You needn't worry about me. I've been to stranger places than this castle. Follow me. Her neck's been broken, and with some considerable force, it seems. Her necklace looks like gold, albeit a plain design. And it's missing any form of pendant.
Still, well beyond a maid's salary. It...
Where's that
Your
sudden draft coming
stag is
from?
here, my little doe.
Little doe? Not exactly the usual way to address the staff.
Mr. Gordon? Speak to me, please. David, can you hear me?
He threw it into the blood-filled basin.
Mr. Gordon, are you with me?
We're all here, sir. All down in the dark. We're... Something's coming. The attic, sir. She's in the attic.
What just happened? You look like you were in some kind of trance.
Perhaps the lack of sleep is affecting me.
Or the visions that you'd think me insane if I described them to you.
You need to learn to trust me. I am on your side, remember?
So you say. But I remember you locked my father up too. A tiger can't change its stripes.
Ugh, that's horrible.
You're not the one with your hand in it. French. I don't speak French.
I do. It says for Clara, forever yours. Who's Clara?
I don't know. Yet another relative, perhaps?
We should ask someone who's been around here for longer. How did you know it was there? The pendant, I mean.
If I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
A hunch. Eddie gave this to her. We should ask him to his face just what his relationship was with her.
This isn't another ghost story, is it?
Look, you wouldn't understand. I can't...
What I do understand is that we could not accuse a man of murder without proof.
The scene really did rip when she tried to get away from him. They seem to be a house full of carnivals.